In this video, I'm going to be cleaning the mass airflow sensor, MAF sensor, on my 2012 Nissan Pathfinder. For this job, all you need is some sensor clean, product by CRC, and a Phillips head screwdriver. There are no additional tools required to do this. The mass airflow sensor is located near the air filter, right here. You can see the electrical connector and one Phillips head screw, and a second Phillips head screw. Now looking from the back side of the engine facing forward, the first thing I'm going to do is remove the electrical connector. And the intake air temperature sensor is also part of the mass airflow sensor, so it's all in one. So if you need to change one, you got to change them both, or clean them both in my case. So the first thing I'm going to do once the electrical connector is off is remove the top screw. Now be careful with the screws because there's two different washers on them. One is a regular washer and the other one is a lock washer. And then I'll remove the bottom screw. Now these screws came out no problem. They were not frozen in place. Once those are out, you just pull the mass airflow sensor straight back, and that's all there is to it. Now you can see inside of the mass airflow sensor there's a series of wires, and that is how the vehicle detects how much air is flowing through the air filter and into the engine. It's also how it senses the intake air temperature. Now for this I'm going to wear one glove since I'm going to be conserving gloves, and we're going to just spray the mass airflow sensor cleaner into the mass airflow sensor to clean any of the wires and make sure that there's no dust, dirt, or any oils that are inside the sensor. Basically, I'm going to spray it down, shake it out, allow the solvent to work, and spray it down again. Now that I've cleaned it, I'm just going to set it down for a little while and allow it to air dry so that there's no sensor cleaner on it when I reinstall it. Now there's two little plastic tabs, so I'm going to try backwards. It does not fit because those little pieces of plastic are in the way. It only goes forward, so the opening needs to be facing the airflow, so towards the air filter, and it just slides right back in. And then we'll reinstall the two screws. Now there's some debate on how often you should do this, but my opinion is if you're going to do the air filter, it's probably a good time to clean the mass airflow sensor. If you run a K&N or other filter that you have to spray oil on, you might want to do this a little bit more often because oil can build up in the mass airflow sensor and cause inaccurate readings. Some of the problems you could have if you have a dirty mass airflow sensor are your vehicle running either rich or lean, rough idle, your vehicle could lack power, or have poor acceleration or stall. So the last thing that we're going to do is install the electrical connector and ensure that it's well seated. And as always, I'm going to start the vehicle, make sure there's no check engine light, and ensure everything's running well. Now, absolutely no issues. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.